I'm Lee and welcome to my channel, and this video is titled, A Narcissist Will Drive You to Drink and Other Unhealthy Coping Mechanisms. So what kind of prompted this video was a few quotes that I have seen as of late, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hit the nail on the head. And the first quote is from a book. It's like a self-help book, and the chapter was about drinking. And drinking in like social environments. And why do we drink? Is it because we think we're going to, we're going to loosen up, we're going to be funnier, we're going to make better deals, or it's we don't even want to be at this function, so we're drinking to, deal with these people, or, so the whole thing was, drinking in a social environment or whatever. But I saw this little excerpt from this book and I was like, OMG, it hit the nail on the head, because this references the narcissist and the two narcissists that I am referring to that I have had experience with, narcissist number one and Pizza Boy. And if you do not know, watch those videos, because it's some good tea. So the quote is, "You are poisoning yourself just so you can be around someone you don't want to be around in the first place." And I was like, yep. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about my experience with these two narcissists, okay? Narcissist number one, and I think I've done a video on this or touched on it, but we have new information. So anytime we have new information, we talk about it. Life is all about learning and growing. So, and this is how you know when you are turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms, when you are acting out of character, when you are acting out of pocket to be around these people, you got to take a step back and say, wait a second. Okay, so why am I doing this? And of course, at the time, I knew, like, why am I doing this? Why is this person, why is their spirit disrupting my soul? Well, I know why it's disrupting my soul. They're lying to me. They're being shady. They're being sneaky. They're cheating. And I know this. They know this. But they refuse to admit it. And then I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope that these people, well, first, we're going to talk about narcissist number one, okay? Senior stalker. We're going to talk about him because, yeah, Pizza Boy, we'll get to him later. Like I said before, not like a horrible narcissist. He's just as dumb as the day is long, okay? So didn't really do too much damage. I mean, maybe, but here we go, narcissist number one. So you hold out hope that this person will change. Deep in your soul, they're not going to change, because why would they even do this to you in the first place? Why would they even lie to you, cheat on you, put their hands on you? I mean, the list goes on. Like, why would they even do that to begin with, right? So, and here's the thing. Before narcissist number one, I was not a drinker. No, just wasn't. And then, like I said, I think in a previous video, he was a drinker, is a drinker. That's what he does, is drink. And drinking is okay. Drinking's not a big deal, to quote him. And whenever he told me that, I was like, okay, say that to an alcoholic. Like, what? So this is a guy who drinks every single day. And here's the thing. I have never seen this guy drunk. And so that kind of makes me wonder, so I mean, are you a functioning alcoholic? Like, you drink every single day and you drink a lot, and I've never seen you drunk. So, I mean, I don't know. But regardless, I don't have to deal with that anymore. So, so alcohol is accepted. And at first, that's all that he did was drink. And it was like, oh, I wanted to be around him, so I have to go to these crappy dive bars and drink. Like, it was not a good time. It absolutely was not a good time. Like, I'm looking back on this and I'm like, why? So then that turns to a coping mechanism. So this guy is triggering something. Well, I know what that something is. I know you are lying to me. You are cheating on me. you are shady. Like, you're lying to me. I know you're lying. You know that you're lying, but you don't care. Like, whatever. Lee, she'll be okay with it. She might be mad for a little bit, but she'll get over it. I mean, whatever. She's taken me back before. It doesn't matter. And this is a good quote. So you are poisoning yourself, because that's what alcohol is. Alcohol, it's poison. You can lie to yourself and say, oh, a glass of red wine a day is good. Whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night, okay? Whatever you need to tell yourself. Alcohol, it's a literal poison, okay? And it numbs yourself. Like, it slows down your thinking. It slows down your thoughts. So 9 times out of 10, you're poisoning yourself, okay? Just so you can be around someone you don't even want to be around in the first place. And your aura, your light, you disrupt my soul so much that I don't even want to be in the right state of mind to be around you. That speaks volumes. And you get into a cycle where it becomes routine. It becomes routine. It becomes habit. Even though those habits are bad, they're comfortable. You know, like I've spoke about this before, and a good quote that one of my girlfriends, has said, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So being in that rut, that situation, and I was in it for 7 years, and I'm looking back on all this now, and I'm like, God, why? Like, why did I put up with that? Well, low self-esteem, low self-worth, all that stuff, but we're getting it back. So being around you is just so awful that I have to not be in the right state of mind to deal with you. I have to numb myself. I have to slow my thoughts down, because being clear-headed around you disgusts me, makes me not even want to be around you. Yeah. And narcissist number 2, little pizza boy. He was not a drinker. He's a little juiced up Guido, so he's a little gym rat. They don't drink, or if they do, it's really not a lot, because fitness is key, and but he would drink a little bit here and there, not a lot. And with Pizza Boy, it got to be every time I was around him, every time we would go out to whatever. It's like, he's like, oh, do you want to have a glass of wine? Do you want to get a bottle of wine? And it's like, sure. Because being around you, I know that you're lying, or excuse me, withholding information. You think because you are telling me A, B, and C the truth, but X, Y, and Z you're not. Like, so I know that you're lying. You know that you're lying. You maybe think that I know that you're lying, but we're not sure. We're not sure, or we don't even care, because she's still here. Lee still comes over every single night. She still comes over. So obviously she's okay with it, or doesn't bother her too much, or whatever. I can't bother to care, because I'm trying to get back with my ex-wife. I'm trying to play 2 girls at the same time. I'm trying to be a scumbag. So when I have to be around you and not be in my right state of mind, when I have to numb myself to be around you, yeah. And that is something that I knew and didn't want to come to terms with, because you always hold out hope that they're going to change. Things are going to change. The unicorn statement. Oh, I'm different. He's going to, no. And also a quote, create a life that you don't need to numb yourself from. And that goes hand in hand with being around these narcissistic boys. These boys that obviously do not care about anyone but themselves. if you constantly have to be around someone and you have to numb yourself to be around them, that should be a huge red flag to say, you know what? It's time to go. It's time to separate. It's time not to deal with this guy. And we think, well, maybe if we just stick around a little bit longer, or maybe if we do this and maybe if we do that, it has nothing on what we can do, what we will do. We always think, oh, if I do this different, if I do that different, it has nothing to do with us. It's these guys. It doesn't matter what we do. If they want to lie, they're going to lie. If they want to cheat, they will cheat. It has nothing to do on what you can do, will do, should do. It has nothing to do with you. It's them. And we think, oh, if we love harder, if we're nicer, it has nothing to do with that. It's all them. They're going to do whatever they want to do. It does not matter what you do, what you say, it doesn't. And it's like, we kind of have to take a step back and realize that and just be like, just take a moment and breathe and say, you know what? Why am I going to water myself down? Why am I going to water myself down? Why am I going to numb myself? Why am I going to be in a mood, in a funk to be around this person? Like, obviously, this person is not good for you, not good for your soul, not good for your spirit. I mean, for goodness sakes, you're doing things that you wouldn't do just to be around them. And for what? Like, what do they do for you that you have to numb yourself to be around them? Nothing. Are you just lonely? No, you're not lonely. Like, what is it? You know, you really have to stop and think. And those are questions that maybe we don't want to get into. Maybe those are some deep questions that we're like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to dig deep and figure out why. So, you know, we'll just continue to water ourselves down. We'll just continue to drink and we'll just continue to do that because that's easier than having to really dig deep. And healing, honey, healing is not fun. Digging deep is not fun. And it is. It's up and it's down. It's good days and it's bad days. But I have learned, and Lord, I hope that I do not have to be in another position again to where I'm like, okay, well, a guy is disrupting my spirit. A guy is lying to me. A guy's being shady. A guy's being something. And it's, okay, am I going to sit here and water myself down, or am I going to say goodbye? I don't want to have to go through that anymore. I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. But I've learned. I have learned. And basically the second, and it could be anything that gives you the ick, anything that gives you the ick, anything that makes you feel some type of way, anything that just rubs you the wrong way, and you can't quite put your finger on it, but you know something, that's when you got to say, okay, deuces. Because you might not be able to put it into words. You might feel it, but you can't put it into words. Well, that's your soul saying, hey, no, this person is disrupting you somehow. Some way, shape, or form. That's how we can always feel when someone's lying to us. We can always feel when something is off. We might not know what it is at that time, but we can feel it and go with those feelings. Anytime that you are around someone and they are making you act out of character, they're making you want to drink, smoke, whatever unhealthy coping mechanism it is, that's when you got to say, deuces, because honey, let me tell you, no guy is worth disrupting your soul, your spirit, none of that. So thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks guys. See ya.